basket and a soft lamp's glow, a stack of stories waiting by the chair. Pull up a seat, there's magic in the air. Turn the page, cast the stitch. Every tale begins with just a little twist. Welcome in, come take a seat where cozy yarn and stories meet. A cup of tea, a quiet night, pearls and plot twists by candlelight. Welcome friends, the tale begins with woolen words and kindred kin. So settle in, stay a while. Pearls and plot twists make us smile. Needles click in a gentle rhyme, stories unfolding one line at a time. Heroes wander through forests deep, while blankets grow stitch by stitch. Welcome in, come take a seat where cozy yarn and stories meet. A cup of tea, a quiet night, pearls and plot twists by candlelight. So cast a stitch and turn a page, another chapter on the stage. The yarn is warm, the story's true, and there's always room here just for you.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are having a great week so far. It's a beautiful sunny day. I see a blue sky. It is 11:02 on the North Shore of Lake Ontario in Southern Ontario. Welcome, everyone. And yeah, we've got lots going on today. There's a stack of stuff I need to do. I have a huge pile of catching up. So I have all my journals here. I've got a pile of laundry to be folded. Good times. I don't know if you can see it. There's a pile of stuff. Oh, my camera's doing that thing. All right. I have to solve this problem this week. So over here, I've got a pile of my son's old clothes and costumes to go on Marketplace. There is everything. Look at this crazy camera. Is it doing it if I put this over here? It's so weird. It's so weird. So I've rebooted everything. I think I need to use a different laptop for lives. So bear with me while we just got to get through today. And then I'm going to switch everything over to another laptop so that, God, it's, it's like max headroom. It's like driving me crazy. Nobody wants to see that. So yeah, I'm going to have to get this sorted out. This is annoying. And so yeah, I've got to take pictures of costumes and stuff to put on Marketplace. I've got all my journals. I've got a pile of laundry. Happy mail from last week. I still need to get into envelopes and mailed out, so I will be working on that as well. That's sort of the start of my day today. I'm also going to make something to eat, get myself an Alani to get through the day. And we are going to finish a bit early. Normally we would go to 5 o'clock my time. We're actually going to finish at 4:30 my time because I have to be somewhere at 5:45 and I can't get there if I go right till 5 o'clock. And so I just need a little buffer between finishing here and then getting in the car and leaving. So normally we have to be somewhere about an hour earlier than we normally do on a Tuesday. So that's why we're just going to cut it a little bit short today, 4:30. So we'll make the cutoff time for show and tell 3:30 my time, which is 8:30 UK time and 12:30 p.m. West Coast time. So we just got to bump everything a little bit earlier today. So yeah, that's where we are at. I went to the Highland Games, the first kind of big Highland Games for the season. We did go to one the weekend before. in Hamilton. It's a very small games, but it's a good chance to get out there in front of judges, see all your friends, everything. So we went to the big one, the first big one this year, which was in Georgetown. And my son got a second place medal, which is great. And we saw so many people. It was so nice because even though like my husband and I aren't in the band or anything, but you get to know everybody because when you're hanging out with your kid and you're watching all these pipers do their solos for the judges, you kind of get to know everyone. And so, and then the kids compete against a lot of adults, so you end up knowing so many people across the province. It's awesome. And so that was really nice. All the vendors were there, which was awesome. There's a pottery lady that I just adore, and she was there and she makes pieces. She knows I love blue, that it's my favorite color. And she specifically will make pieces and make sure that she brings blue pieces with her because she knows I'll probably buy them, which I did. So I did get a couple of cute things, a nice plate and a little bud vase. I've got mugs and all sorts of neat things from her. And then there's a candy guy, and he gets candy in from other parts of the world. So he has high chews. These are the cola flavor, the soda pop flavor. And great news, Canadians, the fantasy flavor is finally in Canada. I buy it in the grocery store now in little bags. Because when I saw it on Amazon, it was like $30 for a little bag of them. And I was like, no way, no way. Now they're like $5 in the grocery store. And so these are the soda pop flavor. So we'll give them a try. And then I also got, yes, the price stickers are still on them. Iron Brew Jelly Babies. Yum, 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 yum. So if you've never had an Iron Brew, I feel sorry for you. It's a Scottish pop. So good. Everybody drinks it, the young, the old. It is around the world, the #1 drink in every country in the world is Coca-Cola, except in Scotland. Scotland is the one country in the world that is not a Coca-Cola country, where it's an Iron Brew country. And the Iron Brew is the #1 pop in Scotland. It like if you go to the pub, little old ladies drinking Iron Brew, little old men drink Iron Brew. The kids drink it. Everybody drinks Iron Brew. So I love Iron Brew flavored things. I actually have a recipe for an Iron Brew cake that I might make that I hope really tastes like Iron Brew. So there we go. That was that. So yeah, it was a short trip. We left Friday lunchtime. My son didn't have to go to school in the afternoon. Today is actually his very last day of school. Very last day of public school forever. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. It's been a journey. Absolutely. So we left early, got there in the afternoon. There's a thrift store, a Salvation Army thrift store, very close, walking distance from where we were. So on the Friday, I went up to the thrift shop, wandered around the town, did some filming, I got some video footage for my walking channel. So that video I'll put that together in the next week or so for my walking channel. And yeah, it was just kind of neat. There was, a lot of French fries, a lot of ice cream, a lot of sunshine. I'm quite a little bit sunburnt underneath my makeup today, so we'll eventually listening to Conspiracy by Colleen Cobble. I think that's how you say her name. Christian romantic suspense. That sounds kind of interesting. One of my favorite authors. So let me write that down. Susan is reading Conspiracy. I see a lot of Christian fiction is becoming quite popular, which is cool. It's the response to all the smut. It's like the Christians are like, yeah, we better start writing our own books now. Okay, so we'll pull that one up, and I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're back to 100%. I know I've missed you. Absolutely. I know you've been a little quieter than usual, so hopefully this means you're back to 100% and ready to party like a rock star today. And Lola is here. Hello. And JA is here. Hello. Good morning. I hope you're having a great week. Kelsey is here. Hey, everyone, sharing my celebration win for the week. Yes, I broke my reading slump. Yay! That is awesome. I find that I get into a reading slump when I don't like the book that I'm reading, like the one I'm currently reading. And now I feel like I'm in a reading slump because I don't want to read anything. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to read something good, a little John Grisham to get over the hump there. So, Kelsey, what are you reading? And I'll look it up and we'll chat about it after we sprint for a bit. And Kelsey's saying, love haiku, such a treat, right? I love them too. But I don't, here in Canada, we have like strawberry, banana, mango. Like we don't have the cool flavors. So whenever I see a candy shop or something that has the international flavors, I always go and check them out. And like I said, the fantasy flavors we couldn't get here for a long time. And now they're in the grocery store. So each week I get myself a little bag. That's all right. And I still have all my, and you know what? I don't even like candy that much. I kind of have two candies that I really like. I've got my Sour Patch Kids. These are the ice pop flavors and high chews. That's it. Otherwise it's chocolate for me. So, and nuts and things like that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. I'm reading The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda, I think is her name. And yeah, I'm not loving it. I don't know. I think Lola, you said you read it. It's a slog. I just don't. It's 268 pages, and I think over the last. When did I start it? Last Tuesday night. So a week I've been reading it. I've managed to get about 70 pages read. It's not moving. The pages, it's not pulling me. I don't care about any of these people. I can't figure out, like, I feel like, do you ever walk into the middle of a conversation and you don't really kind of know what's going on? That's how this book to me feels. Like I'm like, we weren't getting enough explanation of who people are and what the connection is. And so now I'm reading it and I'm like, I don't know who these people are to know how they connect or what I should think. So yeah, I might DNF it. It's one of my summer ween books, but it's the first one. So it might get, I'm pretty sure it's going to get DNF'd at some point today. And then I'll move on to another summer ween story because I had a few of them. So yeah, that's where we're at. That is where we're at. And I'm going to update my reading journal, my knitting journal, my journal, my day book to make sure everything is all lined up so that I'm good to go. There's a police funeral this week, another one. A police officer was killed way up north. I did not think that we would have to attend this one, but because the town that he's in is like, sorry, my nose is itchy. It's the allergies. The town that he was killed in is about 10 and a half hours away from me. And so I was like, yeah, we're not going that far. But they've brought his body to Toronto and the funeral is going to be in Toronto. So may have to go to that on Thursday. And then next week is another one, a police. So last week, an OPP officer was killed on duty, and then a Toronto police officer was killed on duty. So there's two back-to-back police funerals. So, and then yesterday in the wee hours, Toronto police officer was almost killed by a 12-year-old. So yeah, that 12-year-old's being charged with attempted murder. Good times here in Southern Ontario. So yeah, we will see what happens. Let's see, it's 11:15. Chat is quiet. So let's dive into a sprint. We'll do an hour and 15 minutes. And let me pull up the caption. So we will sprint till 12:30 EST. Okie doke. Let's do that. And we'll do a silent sprint. Then maybe we'll do a music sprint later and then silent sprint. We'll mix it up today. We will mix it up. If you are sprinting with me today, just be sure to make sure that you have clicked the live button at the bottom of your screen. It would be somewhere, maybe somewhere around here. Make sure that's saying that it's red so that you know that you are staying live. Because I've noticed that YouTube is not keeping, even if I'm sitting watching, it's not keeping me live. So I have to keep clicking the little live button. It's weird. Lola's saying, I have not read The Last House Guest. I had to go look. Okay, for some reason I thought you had, or maybe it was Nowhere that you had read. Nowhere was a bit of a slug. That third act. No. Nope. All right, everybody, let's get sprinting. Let's get some stuff done. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you'll be doing for the next sprint or for this sprint. And I'll look up Susan's book for the chatty bit. And let's dive in. Okay, happy sprinting, everyone. All right. How did we do? I got a lot done. Um, because I'm getting Happy Mail out the door. I got these printed, little cards that go inside them, got them all cut out. And I got my vellum printed and all cut out. So I'm ready to start assembling, which I will do on the next sprint, and then get all these envelopes ready to go, which is nice. And then I also got a bite to eat because I was getting hungry. And well, I'll show you what I had. It's a sandwich, but I like really thick sandwiches, so there's a lot of meat in there, a lot of chicken in there. Yeah, so that's kind of what I got done. Plus, I got some social media done for my son's page and ticked a few things off my to-do list. So that was a productive sprint, that's for sure. And picking up where we left off, Lola's saying, I did not read Nowhere either, but saw a video about it today. Interesting, because I've seen some videos about Nowhere, and I'm like, no, no. You know what? The first 2/3, like Act 1, Act 2, they had me. I was in there. I was with these people. I was, running every step through the forest with them. And then the third act, it was almost like a whole different person took over writing it. And I found the last third took me like 10 days or something to read. So kind of in the same position with The Last House Guest. So I don't know. I'm going to give it another little try today, and I will probably DNF it and then move on to something else. And Kelsey is saying, got behind in the live, I think. I'm reading The Hunting Wives. Yeah, it's that thing that YouTube's doing. And I've noticed it lately, like the last 10 days or so. I constantly have to make sure I'm live, or else I do actually fall behind, even when I'm sitting watching. It's really weird. I'm reading The Hunting Wives. I'm pretty sure there's a Netflix show on it. Not great, but it is entertaining me, which is all I need right now. See, if that gets you out of the slump, sometimes you could just got to read like a little Danielle Steele or something to get out of the slump. And so yeah, we've pulled it up. It does actually sound kind of interesting. And I think it was on Crave that I saw the show is listed, which the show might actually be better than the book, which it might be one of those situations. And Red Pill is here. Hello, salud. Ian is here. Good morning. I had company earlier. Fun. I hope it's somebody you like and that you enjoyed. And Ren is here. Hello, hello. Listening to Bloodbound by Ellis Hunter. I pulled that one up too. So we'll read all about it. Geeky's here, waving, having some internet issues today, but doing a quick hi. Hello. I hope it gets sorted out. I feel like everybody's having internet issues. I don't know what's going on. And there I was just saying hi to people coming in. And Moonrise Blackwater is here. Pearls. And Blake is here. Hello. So just so that you know, Blake is the YouTuber who is hosting Summerween. And there's a whole schedule of journaling nights, crafting nights, reading nights, like no rules. Okay. If it's a crafting night and you're folding your laundry, that's totally fine. As I always say, no one's coming to your house to check to make sure. So if you're into Summerween, give Blake a follow and get in there. There's a Discord group. There's there's printables as well. So I've got my book list here, and then there's stuff going on all summer. There's lots of live sprint opportunities with Summerween. And Kelly is here. Hello, my internet is back. It's time to finish this book. Did you lose your internet while you were live? Kelly and Alicia do 3-hour sprints, like 3 hours of chat and sprints every weekday morning. And I'm usually there. You can usually find me there in the mornings, but except for Tuesdays, because I'm getting ready for my own show. But I do pop in to say hello. And Ren is saying, made it to 56% in Bloodbound. Awesome. Are you enjoying it? Is it good? it looks kind of interesting. And Alicia's here. Woohoo! Saying, hello, Pearl. I'm exhausted, but I'm here. I have progress this morning. Love it. Yay. How is the floor? I haven't seen any pictures, but I also haven't been around much because I was away for a couple days and then took a couple days to just rest. So I haven't seen pictures of the floor yet. Alicia's saying, hoping to read and finish The Resurrectionist by A. Ray Dunlap today, as the audio book is due back tomorrow. I don't understand this, like, lending, like, that, like, it's an audio book. Like, just send the MP3s, you know? Let's see. I'm going to pull that one up. Resurrectionist. Resurrectionist. Yeah, I just don't understand why these things have to be, like, returned when they were never actually, like, given in the first place. Like, do you know what I mean? I find it an interesting thing that when they talk about having to return books to like ebooks and audiobooks. And Alicia's saying hi to Kelly. And Chrissy's here. Yay. Welcome back. Joining and reading The Inn at the Foot of Mount Vengeance. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a busy weekend of chasing my son around. This is, who is this? This is Alicia. And then this is Chrissy. And The Inn. Why do I feel like I know this book? Like I've seen it recently. I feel like I saw it somewhere. Ren is saying the Hunting Wives show on Netflix was super interesting. Okay, I've not seen it. When I actually like Googled it to pull up the description, it just showed me Crave. It didn't show me Netflix, so it might not be on Canada Netflix, that happens from time to time. So Ren saying the Hunting Wives show on Netflix was super interesting, but there was a bit of nudity in it, which I wasn't expecting since I never read the book before. They really do love to go for the nude stuff. Like Kids in the Hall is a Canadian comedy show, and it was like in the 80s and 90s. And I used to go see them be filmed in Toronto. And then they resurrected it and then did a season of them as old men. And yeah, there was one scene where I didn't need to see his wiener, you know, like, but you know, the people who watched it the second it came out warned everybody else. So we knew it was coming. And Alicia saying, I have update photos in the Discord. Everything, I'm assuming you mean everything is gorgeous. Okay, I'll go peek in there and see. I've just been, I haven't been in the Discord. I haven't been online too much for a few days. So I'm a bit behind on everybody's life, including my own. Ren saying, I also found His and Hers on Netflix really interesting. I never read that one either, but I know Alice Feeney is a well-liked thriller author for most. Well, I'm listening to an Alice Feeney right now, and I think this woman is bonkers. I don't know. I'm reading, well, I'm not reading. I'm listening to My Husband's Wife when I do my my walks in the morning. I didn't walk today, so I haven't finished it. I have about 20 minutes left, and I still am like, this is crazy. This is bonkers. I do enjoy that she seems to be taking all the craziness from the whole story and pulling it into one little tiny box where it's going to get all wrapped up nice and neat. I'm enjoying that. But at the same time, I'm like, this whole time, if somebody said, what is it about? I'd be like, I don't really know. It's about crazy people. It's like, because they're just, I actually asked ChatGPT to tell me all of the tropes and plot devices in this book, and the list went on and on and on. It's like she took everything she learned in writing school and thought, I got to put it all in one book, because we've got unreliable narrators. We've got plot twists. Every page is a plot twist. Like, it just goes on and on. And it doesn't feel organic, like that it's being kind of gently rolled out. It's like, boom, plot twist, boom, plot twist, boom, plot twist. And it's all too much. It's all too much. So I'll read more of her books, but I'm probably I might review My Husband's Wife just to be like, buckle up, because this one's crazy, crazy. And I can't even really compare her to a lot of other authors. I would think maybe like Frida McFadden might be one, like that similar kind of, not necessarily with all the plot twists, but the style of writing and that the pacing and stuff, I predict would be quite similar, even though I've never read a Frida McFadden. Maybe The Last Person on Earth, but maybe someday. Maybe someday. Don't forget to tickle the like button, and don't forget to, well, I guess you'd have to subscribe if you're commenting. If you're not commenting, don't forget to subscribe, even if you're not going to take part in the chat, which is totally fine, which is totally fine. So in a couple minutes, we will, sorry, my nose is so itchy with the allergies. Lola's here, but just heading out. Are you running your errands today? Or are you walking Marshall Pierre? We need to see some pictures. If you have any photos you want to share for the show and tell portion of the day, pop them into my Discord, into the chit chat section, and then I'll know that you want them for show and tell today. And we'll get them posted and shared. We've had some really, really cute pictures of everybody's dogs, and I really enjoy the dog pictures and the food pictures. Like, I love seeing where people are eating out in the world. I think that's a lot of fun. And then, of course, all your art and work and crafts and everything. Ren saying, I haven't read Frida either. I don't read much thriller at all. Interesting. Yeah, like do you read more fantasy? I actually have your book Malibu Rising. I think you were reading that, weren't you? I have it as an audio. That's the next audio I'm going to read, I think. And then I feel like you read more fantasy stuff, but I read mostly thrillers. So I get real picky about thrillers. Like It's Not Her was chef's kiss. It was perfection. It was everything I want in a thriller. But then this Nowhere was like, ugh. And then like the one I'm reading right now is meant to be a thriller, and bleh, bleh, not loving it. Ren saying, I think the last time I read a thriller mystery was when I was reading the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. I haven't even finished the series either. Interesting. Not really a series person too much. And Ren is saying, yeah, I read mostly fantasy. Yeah, a lot of your book titles are like books I would not read. They sound enjoyable for people who enjoy that style, like that genre. They're not just mostly, but there's a couple that you've given us, and I've added them to my TBR. So yeah. I haven't read Taylor Jenkins Reid either. I think I have. Is that who wrote Malibu Rising? I thought that was you. Maybe it was Molly. Was it Molly? Somebody was reading it, because I added it to my TBR from it being in here. Somebody talking about it here, but that's the same as Atmosphere, right? The same author. Is that the same? Chrissy saying, I'm not a thriller reader either. I read an early copy of the new Lisa Jewell and enjoyed it enough, but it isn't a genre for me. Yeah, I think it's like you've got to really love being on the edge of your seat to read thrillers. Like I love them. Like for, probably like people probably look at me and be like, I don't get it with the thrillers the same way I look at people who read like fantasy or romance, like hardcore romance, and I'm like, I don't get it. But that's the beautiful part, is we all get to enjoy different things and have conversations about all the different things, which I think is super cool about this community. And Ren is saying, yeah, that's who wrote Malibu Rising and Atmosphere. I have both. One is I've got Malibu Rising on audio for my walkies. So yeah, okay. So let's see. Susan told us that she's reading a book by Colleen, and I'm going to guess her name is Coble, Coble, called Conspiracy. And this is actually the third book in a series. The first two books are called Ambush and Prowl. And this is mystery, Christian fiction, suspense, thriller. And I want to know, I'm going to add it to my TBR. I'm going to add the series to my TBR because I want to know what makes it Christian as opposed to not Christian. That's what I want to know, that it is actually in the genre of Christian fiction. So 15 years of secrets, one chance for justice. Just as wildlife veterinarian Paradise Alden begins to envision a future with Blake Lawson, it's never Joe Smith, is it? The ghosts of her past return with a vengeance. The murder of her parents has shadowed her for 15 years, but a new threat brings the cold case into the terrifying present. A trained leopard, a chilling embodiment of Paradise's deepest fears, is now stalking her. Haunted by resurfacing memories, Paradise, Blake, and her newfound brother, Drew, follow a trail of clues that leads them to a web of dark family secrets. The deeper they dig, the more shocking the connections become, linking their families to a dangerous conspiracy that someone is still willing to kill to protect. With every step closer to the truth, the killer becomes more desperate. Paradise, Blake, and Drew must race to expose a murderer who has remained hidden for 15 years. But this time, they are the ones being stalked. If they can unmask the killer, the past will destroy both the fragile future Paradise and Blake are trying to build and the family she has finally found with her brother. A conspiracy of lemurs is a family, but a conspiracy of people can be deadly. Sounds kind of interesting, but I want to know what makes it Christian. Is it just that it's clean? Or is it, but it sounds like a neat series, definitely. Because there's the first two, and they all have ratings over 4. Like this conspiracy one, 4.44. So people are really enjoying this. But I'm looking. It looks like the abuse she suffered in the foster care system, her first love's betrayal, and the Jaguar attack that nearly destroyed her career have led to an unshakable distrust in men, in God, and maybe in herself. So maybe it's that the character is Christian, but not necessarily, this isn't like a Bible story or anything. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Ren always has like really profound things to say. That's why I'm always like, where's Ren? We need Ren. Don't lurk in the bushes. If you're here, say hi. Chrissy is saying, I love hearing other people talk about books I won't ever read. Exactly. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm like, sit there and be like, I'm never going to read this book, but I love how excited you are about it. Like that's when I hear everybody talking about these, the Sarah J. Maas books that are coming out, and that everybody's so excited, and I'm like, I'm never going to read them. I'm not going to read them, but I am getting swept up in the excitement about them, even though I know I'm never going to read them. So that I totally get it. Like yeah, yeah. That's and it's like, it's just a weird thing. Like I like hearing people be excited about stuff that I'm never going to do. Like if you want to tell me about a movie or show or something and you're so excited about it, I want to hear it. I want to hear about it because you're excited about it, even though I'm never going to watch it. Ren saying, based on the one Christian fiction book I've read this year, usually parts of Christian theology is embedded in the plot and at times is the driving force behind character actions. Interesting. So writing about human beings. Absolutely. And yeah, they're usually clean as well. Yeah, when Susan first, like right at the very start of the stream, had talked about it and said it has like just enough romance. So maybe there's a little smoochy woo in there too. And Gina's here. Hello. How are you? Are you enjoying this gorgeous day? Is it beautiful and sunny where you are? Jean doesn't live too far from me, so we probably share the same weather on the daily. And asking, what's my dog's name? His name is Fox. He's not, usually he's like right here under my chair or right next to me. But he's actually in the backyard right now because it's a beautiful day and my husband's out there. So he's gone to go hang out in the sunshine. And Ren is saying, the one I read was a romance. So there was no cuss words or smut. I enjoyed it. Gave it 4.5 stars. Woo! Now we need to know what it is so we can read it. And Ren saying, I liked how the author explained her view on Christianity through the characters. We're going to need this book. Yes, please. We're going to need this. Jump into my Discord to stay connected through the week. For the summer, I'm just doing 1 day a week. Once September comes back, then we're going to be going back to a more frequent schedule. I might start trying to fit in some maybe Wednesday or Thursday evening chill reading sprints and stuff like that, crafting and reading sprints. But for now, just the Tuesdays for the moment. And then if you want to stay connected, jump into my Discord. And I also have a Substack. I've been blogging like a fiend, and that's where all my blog posts are. There's one went out on June 1st, and then every Friday for the summer, it will be free for the whole summer for June, July, and August. And then it's right now it's about cozy summer and all the, kind of going back to, as I was writing these blogs, I was thinking about like, how did I spend my summers before the internet? And kind of leaned into those themes and focused on that. So there's a lot of recipes. I think there's some knitting patterns I added in there, focusing on summer reading, summer dining, summer entertaining, just nice, slow summer, what we call cozy summer. So if you're interested, the link is right there for all my blogs. And Ren is saying, but I can also see how people who don't believe in God, organized religion, can see such books as preachy, but the one I read didn't come off as that. It was definitely centered on the characters and authors. Yeah, I get that. Like, I don't necessarily, like, I'm a minister and I don't want to read preachy books, I do the preaching around here, but I can see that. Like, if it's a part of a character, great, because that's art imitating life. That's a mirror of society and human beings. But when it becomes like, I'm just going to tell a story, I think it was like the monk who sold his Ferrari. Now, it was his first book. He's gotten much better, but I remember thinking, ooh, pal, you are just preaching here. And it just didn't come off as authentic. It felt very forced. So I love that you've found a book that we can share. It was Hearts on the Fly. Okay. We're going to look that one up, because the fact that you gave it you gave it 4.5 stars. That's, I think that's a book worth reading no matter what. All right. I wrote it down, so I'll check it out. And Gina's saying, cute name. I need to grab lunch, so I'm going to go for a walk. Nice. Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your walk. It's a beautiful day out. Ren saying, it might be sent that it was definitely centered on the characters and author's experience. I might be biased because I do believe in God, but objectively speaking, I think a lot of people can find the book entertaining. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I've read, books about people from all over, like every place in the world. And because there's different religions all around the world, those religions become part of the character's life. So it makes sense that there would be elements of that in the story, but also elements of their faith pushing them through their own story as well. So that's kind of cool. We're going to pull it up. And then there was the name of the book that I wrote down. So that was Susan's book we covered. And then the next book is Kelsey's book, The Hunting Wives. It has a 3.47 rating on Goodreads. The Hunting Wives share more than target practice, martinis, and bad behavior in this novel of obsession, seduction, and murder. Not a Christian story at all. Sophie O'Neill left behind an envy-inspiring career and the stressful competitive life of big city Chicago to settle down with her husband and young son in a small Texas town. It seems like the perfect life with a beautiful home and an idyllic rural community. But Sophie soon realizes that life is now too quiet and she's feeling bored and restless. Then she meets Margot Banks, an alluring socialite who's part of an elite clique secretly known as the Hunting Wives. Sophie finds herself completely drawn to Margot and swept into the mysterious world of late night target practice and dangerous partying. Sounds like my youth. Sophie's curiosity gives way to full blown obsession, she steps farther away from the safety of her family and deeper into the nest of vipers. When the body of a teenage girl is discovered in the woods where the hunting wives meet, Sophie finds herself in the middle of a murder investigation and her life spiraling out of control. Well, that sounds interesting. And that was Kelsey's reading that one. So I hope she's enjoying it. I think she said it was okay, but it got her out of the slump. There we go. Awesome. Oh my God, my Facebook is lit up. Okay. All right. Shall we do an hour sprint? And then we'll come back and chat about some more books. Let me know what you will be working on. If you are having a lovely lunch somewhere, please take a picture for show and tell. Let's see those dogs and cats and critters. And I actually kind of want one of those little fishy, those cute fish things that begins with an A. Oxalotl, is that what they're called? I want one of those. And then, yeah, what am I going to do? I'm going to be working on getting my Happy Mail out. And once I have that finished, I'm going to get this laundry folded. It's such a glamorous day here at HQ. Get this laundry folded, and then I want to work on my son's graduation cap to put our family tartan on it and some trim and maybe a few icons that are meaningful for him. So that's my afternoon. Gina's saying, I like that Tony Shiloh is BIPOC. And Moonrise Blackwater is saying, I love the thought of the day. Thank you. Originality is so easy. You know, you can go to ChatGPT and ask for, just say, give me 50 ideas that no one in my niche is doing. And you don't have to copy anybody. You can just come up with all your own original stuff. And that way, because when, like, I understand being inspired, but flat out copying, it cheapens your channel and it cheapens the other channel too. So that it's just, you know, some thoughts that I had over the weekend as I was looking at a whole bunch of different things, and you start to see it where people are being inspired, but then just completely copying. So yeah, it's always good to have your own ideas. Moonrise Blackwater is saying, I'm reading Bone. Moonrise is reading Bone, a graphic novel. Okay, we'll add this to the list. All right. We'll add it to the list, and we will sprint till 2 p.m. my time, which is an hour from now. If you're in the UK, that is 7 p.m. And if you are on the West Coast, that is 11 a.m. And we're going to start sprinting. Let's get some stuff done. Let me know what you're going to be working on. Yes, Jean, I know. We use screen names here to be inclusive. And we've always done that. So I know she changes her name daily. If I see like a new name I don't recognize, I assume it's Molly. Yeah. So yeah, but we use screen names here so everybody feels included. Okay, let me know what you're going to be working on for the sprint. We'll push through for an hour, then maybe we'll play a little game. And don't forget the Discord for show and tell, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right, happy sprinting, everyone. All right, how did we do? I got everything done for Happy Meals, so that's all heading out. There's Chrissy, Lola, Paula, and Nicole are all in this batch of Happy Mail. So that's exciting that that's done. I got everything all printed and cut out on the first sprint, and then this one got them all put together. And I finished my lunch, and I did some of my to-do list. Like I have a daily to-do list of like posting in different places, making shorts, scheduling stuff, all those little bits and pieces. So I got that stuff done. And yeah, and then I picked up my book for the last few minutes to see if I can make any progress. I've read a whole page. And I'm still like